Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whenever it is you're tuning in. Welcome to Ticket Price, the only show that asks the hard-hitting questions. Is this movie any good? I was like, no, we asked the question that matters. Does this movie suck? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Does this movie suck? I don't know. Let's look at it.
Took me off guard.
I'm Jake. I'm getting bleeped already. I'm worked up because we were just talking about wrestling and we're doing a lot today, and now I'm all worked up. Who am I? I'm Jake. That's right. I said that already.
You said that.
Sitting across the way with me as always, far from the only guy, but definitely one of the many who likes his women like he likes his trucks. White and with a wide wheelbase. Tevis at Master Control, everybody.
Damn right. Whiter the better.
Wait, whiter or whiter?
Yep. Yep. I want that bitch to be a ghost.
Yeah, but that one uncle of Casper's. Not the normal one, not the thin, stretchy one. There was a third one, if I recall. See, I change it up. I keep it fresh.
Yes, I love that.
I don't know what episode we're on. What episode is this?
I don't know.
I'd have to go back and count, and I don't care enough to do so. But today, our episode is Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. The lethal motherfucking weapon.
Now Tevis is getting bleep. We're all worked up in this motherfucker.
I was so excited for this one.
Mel Gibson! We're finally doing a Mel Gibson movie! I watched this so many times, most of which without pants. No pants, baby. Sans pantalones.
Yeah, nothing like that. No pants and cocaine.
Well, it was the 80s.
That's true. That's true.
I'm so excited. Not for this, not just this Mel Gibson movie, all Mel Gibson movies. We have an insane number of Mel Gibson movies in the hat. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Probably all of them.
Yeah.
And that's all that's in the hat.
Well, hey, can I see the hat real quick?
No.
Boom, Mel Gibson, baby. This episode's about to get gay. Yeah.
Hey. You want to be left alone or what?
Buckle up, motherfucker. We're going on a ride.
All right.
I hope Mel Gibson gives me a ride. All right, 1987, written by Shane Black and uncredited Jeffrey Boehm.
Who?
Jeffrey Boehm. He's uncredited.
Who's Jeffrey Boehm?
I don't know. I don't care.
How'd you know he was even a writer?
Because I looked it up.
But he was uncredited.
I looked it up. It's on their IMDb.
Oh, what else has he done?
I didn't look him up. I was looking at Mel Gibson.
Now,
particularly at Mel Gibson at the timestamp of 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Particularly, if you're watching this movie, go ahead. You're going to want to either go forward or go back to 6 minutes and 33 seconds.
Wait a minute.
And then
Is this the theatrical cut or the director's cut?
It's true. We should mention, this is actually the first time we've encountered this, but we are watching a director's cut, not the theatrical cut. Come to find out, the copy we both owned and had easy access to was a director's cut.
It's terrible.
Is it? There's some moments that aren't necessary, but it's all the same.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, we're about to get into this. All right, directed by Richard Donner, starring Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Mel Gibson! Rating, IMDb gives it 7.6, Rotten Tomatoes with an 80. Budget, $15 million, with a worldwide gross of $120.2 million.
Dang.
5 award wins, 3 nominations. Of their nominations, they were nominated for an Oscar for Best Sound.
Really?
Yep.
I don't see it.
I don't know, the guns were meaty and heavy.
Yeah. So were the guns in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No, those were weak little baby guns. Other than Indy shooting that innocent street performer.
Yeah, that was that best one.
Yeah, fuck you, Carney.
Get a real job. Go to a trade school.
Wait, Indy just hates carnies. He no Nazi affiliation whatsoever. Just hates carnies.
Hates Nazis and carnies.
Loves underage girls.
Oh, God. Speaking of underage girls, what about Amanda
She was
Hunsaker?
of age.
Was she?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she was of age.
Okay. Never mind.
Did you watch this movie?
Yes, I did.
Well, if you're watching the director's cut, at timestamp 6 minutes and 33 seconds, you get the full Mel.
Almost.
You
There
get,
was a
well,
little-
you get full back.
There was a little dangle I thought you saw a couple times. It was
Oh.
like- as I kept rewinding it.
Oh, you know I kept.
I was looking at the dog.
Yeah, me too.
What's his name?
Sam
Sam.
the dog. Mel Gibson's.
I felt more for that dog than I did the dog on the damn Demeter.
That's because the dog in Lethal Weapon does stuff and has personality. Isn't
True.
just there for a cheap emotional pop.
That is true.
Are you ready for the reviews?
Yes.
Roger Ebert, our buddy Ebes. I know you're a Siskel guy,
I love Siskel.
but no, our buddy Ebes, 4 stars.
Are you kidding me?
Describes it as a bruised forearm movie. I'm going to paraphrase this explanation. As in, you and your date go to a movie, and it's so action-packed and thrilling that you grip each other tightly. And then by the end of it, because you've both jumped and you're grabbing so tightly, that you've inadvertently bruised each other's forearms through this thrilling ride that you've taken.
No. He's wrong.
No, I don't think he is wrong.
He's wrong.
Well, the Hollywood Reporter said that Warner Brothers knew Lethal Weapon was going to be a box office bullseye, but could not have predicted how much farther it would go than that.
I'd agree with that one.
I mean, okay, I thought the writing was tight, the directing was good, the acting was fantastic. We ladies and gentlemen, this will be the first episode that does end in fisticuffs, and I'm sad we don't have a camera so you can just watch me kick Tevis's lily white ass. All right, so going into the movie, any thoughts before we dive into the movie?
Wait a minute. Okay, so...
Oh yeah, we haven't done our histories, but go ahead.
Go with your history of the movie.
Oh, I grew up with this movie. This may have been my first Mel Gibson movie. I'll have to think on that some. After a while, they all blend together, and it gets very X-rated.
In your mind?
Yeah, and not at all in my bedroom. No, to me, this is the quintessential buddy cop flick. Everything else is just trying to be Lethal Weapon and fails. I did grow up with this movie. It has a lot, so I do have a lot of nostalgia, which, as everyone knows, if you're watching the show, I do my best to set that aside and watch these movies fresh and with a critical eye. Especially at 6 minutes and 33 seconds of the director's cut, my eyes were very critical on this movie. So no, I've always loved this movie. Always.
I'm similar to that. I grew up with this movie. I had a VHS copy recorded off of, I can't remember if it was off of cable or actual TV with commercials. But
pizza. Pizza.
But the copy that I had screwed up at about the moment where Mel Gibson bursts in and saves them being tied up, towards the end.
Oh yeah.
And then I would not be able to finish the movie. So I would watch the first 3/4 of this movie for the longest time, but it never ended.
It never ended.
So, and I still remember the exact moment when I noticed the tracking begin to screw up on the VHS copy, and then it would cut out.
Heartbreaking.
I know. And I love the sequel, number 2. Number 3 was okay, but I still kept with the characters because I thought they were very interesting characters growing up with them. So I was anxious to revisit this, like you said, with a critical eye.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm sad that I did.
Really?
Yes.
See, I'm not. I have no regrets, especially at timestamp 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Okay, and this is hard because we talked about how it's the director's cut, not the theatrical cut. And as we talked about it, it dawned on me, I don't know if I've ever seen the theatrical cut. I think I've only ever seen the director's cut.
I'm sorry.
So, like, because we were talking about, like, the scene where Riggs walks up to the school shooter and the bullets are whizzing by his boots or whatever, and he takes the guy in. I'm like, yeah, that's just part of Lethal Weapon. It's like, apparently it's not. I don't know these things.
No. The first, there's that. There's the shootout, or not the shootout, but Murtaugh does the shooting range by himself.
Mhm.
That's not in the theatrical cut. The opening of the theatrical cut is a lot leaner.
Because it dives right into Amanda Hunsaker diving off that balcony.
Yeah. Nothing like a little cocaine for Christmas and then going airborne.
A little drain cleaner.
Yeah.
Clean out them sinuses.
But yeah, it's a little longer than needs to be, the director's cut. That's,
aren't they all? Looking at you, Zack Schneider, you self-aggrandizing bitch.
That was a good movie.
No, if
Justice
a movie...
League.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Theatrical cut is trash. And if you need...
Theatrical cut is trash.
If you need 6 hours to tell your movie, you're bad at making movies. And you should stop making movies because you're bad at it.
They make 3-hour epics all the time.
Yeah, and a lot of times they shouldn't.
Never mind.
That they shouldn't have or that worked.
No, never mind.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just saying, if you need, like, all those movies 4+, nope, you can go straight to hell with that nonsense. Be better at making movies.
Yeah, cut it up. Make sequels. Like Lord of the Rings.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Not The Hobbit.
Not the extended cut Lord of the Rings, which I have never watched.
Oh, you've never ventured down that 20-hour road?
I can't do it. I'm gonna have to take a vacation from work.
What about that YouTube video where every time Sam takes a step, it cuts right back to that? So it's the normal Fellowship of the Ring. But once Samwise says, this is it, one step farther, and this will be the farthest I've ever been from home, or whatever the line is, right?
Yeah.
And then after that moment, every step Sam takes cuts back to that scene where he explains this will now be the farthest step he's ever taken. And now this will be the far, and it's like 11 and a half hours.
No. That's what it felt like watching The Hobbit, was 11 and a half hours.
You know what? Not that we're talking about The Hobbit. We're actually talking about Lethal Weapon, timestamp 6 minutes and 33 seconds of the director's cut. But no, An Unexpected Journey holds up. The other two, not so much.
What's the movie we're doing?
Lethal Weapon.
Okay, Lethal Weapon.
You brought up Lord of the Rings.
I know.
Because you're trying to defend Zack Schneider and his shitty movie, and Justice League sucks.
I don't know why.
DC Comics suck. DC comic movies suck. You want me to burn any more bridges? I'm happy to. I got a bunch of gasoline and some matches. I got nothing better to do.
What movie we doing?
I'm burning bridges. I don't know. I'm busy causing mayhem, sowing discontent. We're talking about Lethal Weapon. We're talking about Mel Gibson going full back.
What about Roger? You almost get to see his thing in the bathroom.
You know what? Okay, let's be honest here. Real talk. Danny Glover is in surprisingly good shape for this movie.
Well, he was only like 50-some years old, I think.
Yeah, I know, but okay, towards the end of the movie when he's got like his undershirt on, and you look at his arms and his shoulders, and I'm going, damn, he's in surprisingly good shape.
Well, he also probably had to work out because he knew he was going to have a couple of topless scenes.
But you know what? Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, Mel Gibson's abs.
I didn't pay any attention.
Mel Gibson's abs in this movie could grate cheese. They could grate my face off. And I just, Mel Gibson's face, just rub my face on his abs.
Oh my God.
You might need to lead this one. I'm drooling too much.
I could tell. So I want to talk about Roger in the bathroom. What the hell kind of family does he have?
Or the whole family. It's his birthday. Wife, kids, the cat, the family cat. Everyone barges into the bathroom while he's full dang in the bathtub.
What the hell? And there is a weird relationship between him and his oldest daughter.
A little bit.
Because every time he's in her presence, that stupid, sexy saxophone music comes on, and it's like, no, that's weird. It's incest adjacent, is what it is.
No, stop it. Now, Liam Hennessy's actual nephew having actual sex with his actual aunt by marriage, that's incest adjacent.
This was gonna be. I mean, this.
No,
it's
it
close.
wasn't. No,
It's
it
close.
was. No, it's
He's
not.
looking at her totally the wrong way.
Well, unfortunately, he's looking at her in a way that you and I will have to commiserate with soon, is when you realize your baby girl is a woman.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, yeah. No, the way he looks at her, it's just creepy.
Well, that might be Shane Black's fault. I don't know.
Well, that's true. That is true.
That's why Predator fucks him up.
He's throwing predators in all of his movies.
My money's on Riggs.
Speaking of Riggs, how much beer can this sumbitch have for breakfast?
You know, I've seen worse. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
He does F up that TV, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, wait a minute.
But that was not in the theatrical cut.
Now, I know, and here's the thing. I don't know what is or what isn't.
I
This is
know.
like the only copy I know. But he throws the beer bottle through his TV. But like, and I know especially like he throws it base first, and that's the thickest part of the bottle, and you could really hurt someone or hurt a TV.
Obviously.
But like, he's got an old school 1987 TV. The screens on those things were not thin. Would it have gone through? How much force do you need from those huge, muscular, sexy arms to throw a bottle through a TV screen?
I feel like this is going from a Lethal Weapon movie review to a Martin Riggs, Mel Gibson body review.
100%. 100%. So, no, okay. Going into what you were talking about. I did not take the sexy music, like saxophone, whatever, as a Murtaugh and his daughter together. That's just like his daughter has a theme. And it's, she's the attractive daughter. Not that Murtaugh, well,
But why does it always have to play when they're together?
because they're always, like the only scenes are when they're together, so we can have this dynamic of aging father who now has to cope that his little girl has blossomed into a beautiful woman. And let's face it, if you're a dad with a daughter like we are, it keeps you up at night. I'm not prepared for that shit.
No, me either. But I know there's not going to be sexy saxophone music playing in my head.
It wasn't playing in his head.
How do we know?
Why are you making this weird?
Because it's weird. This movie's
No,
weird.
you're making it weird. You are making it worse than it is.
It's what I do.
You know what? Murtaugh's getting too old for this shit. He's getting too old for your shit.
He's getting too old for all kinds of shit.
Okay, now an actual scene that I know is in the theatrical cut.
Okay.
Which I believe is is this when we're actually really introduced to Riggs being on the ragged edge, so to speak, the Christmas tree lot.
Oh yeah, Coke and Trees.
I love this scene.
It still gets me when he's like, "Oh, I'll take all this shit off your hands for free, and you guys can go to jail."
Yeah.
And he's like, "This badge ain't real.
You ain't
real."
Yeah. Well, how about this? I'm a real cop. That's a real badge, and this is a real fucking gun.
He does the Three Stooges shit on him.
me. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, that's but you know what? The humor, and throughout the whole movie, this movie's humor works for me.
The humor works. The charisma between both the main actors is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to go back to the Coke and the Trees for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, we hadn't left.
No, okay. I felt myself kind of pulling away from it. Did you notice?
You were going to say pulling out.
When I was
There's
pulling
no pulling out between me and Mel, baby. No pulling out.
Welcome to Ticket Price, the sex podcast.
But it's only about me and Mel Gibson.
That's true. That's true.
It's a very specific sex podcast.
The part where I can't remember the guy's name. I don't even know if he had a name, but the guy in the red jacket takes him hostage.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice when he held the gun to Riggs' head, there was a part where Riggs tries to put the gun in his mouth?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, I've never noticed that before.
Mm-hmm.
But how pissed would you be if you had to wait that goddamn long for your backup to show up?
Right?
Were they like 3 blocks away?
So the one guy pops out of the back. Okay, well, we're all over the place, but the
Yes.
one guy pops out of the back with a shotgun. Riggs ducks, shotgun blast. So now shotgun blast, one guy dies. Riggs pulls his gun. Riggs doesn't just shoot. If Riggs has to pull that trigger at all, he's emptying the entire clip into a single person.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
care.
gives clips of bullets out like pieces of gum.
Yes, he does.
Right? He's like, hey, can I have a piece of gum? Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Reload. Next person. Right? So now
He's no John Wick.
well, you don't have to double tap when you shoot someone 15 times. Because John Wick is chest, head, chest, head, chest, head. 1, 2, 1, 2. Riggs is bam, 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 bam. If investigators would be like, well, it appears that this person was shot and killed by an SMG. No, that's just Riggs and his handgun because he goes through bullets like Tic Tacs.
Rolling on the ground like a freaking log going down the hill.
So shotgun blast, Riggs draws, unloads on the one guy in the truck, kills him. Then the other guy tries to stop him or whatever, unloads on that guy. 3 dead bodies, a shotgun blast, and no fewer than like 26 handgun shots. Backup has not arrived yet.
What are they doing?
Where are they? Are they at the wrong Christmas tree lot? Is Riggs the only one with the right address?
They're up the road at the Subway getting
Eating
fucking
fresh
meatball subs and like, oh shit, we gotta put her slowly trying to wrap it back up so they save it for later.
My meatball sub. Oh my god.
I'll be there, Riggs. Hang on.
We're coming. Okay.
Got marinara on my face.
There's one asshole in here. He's got dark hair and a red shirt. Boom, and he's taken.
Yes.
And this is one of my notes. I wrote it later on, but it applies here. Do you know how Mel Gibson sells Martin Riggs's craziness? Same way Jack Nicholson does. It's all in the eyes.
Oh yeah.
Watch his eyes. You know, because so he's taken hostage, air quote hostage. The guy's got him, gun to his head. He tries to put the barrel in his mouth at one point. I'm like, what the hell?
I never noticed that before.
And you know, everyone's like, drop the gun. He's like, back up, I'll kill this guy. And the other cops are like, drop it. And he's like, could someone shoot this asshole? Shoot him. Shoot him. And he's like, shut up. He's like, shoot me. You want to do it? Shoot me. And the guy's like, shut up. Shut up. Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me. Do it. Do it. Do it. Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me. And then headbutts the shit out of it. But the whole time, it is just pure manic insanity on his face and in his eyes. If you look at me with those eyes, I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna be like, I don't want to fuck with this. I'm out. This person is a legitimate crazy person.
Yeah, and after he does it, he grabs the guy by the collar, and the look on his face.
He gets the gun. He's got it under the dude's chin, and he is about to end his existence. And then everyone's like, dude, it's not worth it. Give us the gun, right? Great scene. Great scene.
I did like that scene a lot.
But going back into the humor, before it all goes into bombs and guns and suicide and etc., he's like, you know what? I'll take the whole thing. I'll take all of it off your hands. Great. How much? 100. Ooh, 100 on my salary. That's pretty. Hey, you liked it? You said it was good shit. I did. You're right. And he pulls his wallet out and just like 20, 40, 60, 70, 85. And they starts pulling ones out. And they're like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, shut up, man. I'm counting. You're making me lose count. It's like 100,000, you idiot. You know, he counts out 100 cash. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. And then he puts his badge down on it. And did you notice there was like change? He was trying to count out change too.
Yeah, he was counting change out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that again, the humor on that works for me, as it does throughout the whole movie. So Roger misses a phone call from an old army buddy. You were rolling your eyes for some reason.
I was thinking of something else. Go ahead.
Okay. That's a weird. No, but he misses a phone call from his buddy Mike, right? Michael Hunsaker. And then
because he was an army buddy who saved his life.
Yeah, took a bayonet in the lung.
Yeah.
Gee, that was nice of him.
That was nice of him.
Yeah, I thought so. The humor works in this movie and the action is awesome. So, come to find out, one of his daughters, Amanda, commits suicide. Or so we think.
So we think.
Actually, we do watch her.
Yeah. Jump topless off of.
Yeah, but she's not underage. She is of age.
It is true.
So those are legal boobies.
Those are legal boobies, and I'm not even going to say it. It's the highlight of the film.
Well, the highlight of the film is timestamp 6 minutes and 33 seconds of the director's cut.
Director's cut. Don't forget the director's
It
cut.
is of the director's cut. But come to find out, Amanda kills herself. However, autopsy on her body comes back. Had she not jumped, she still would have died. Someone poisoned her drugs with drain cleaner. So now, it's a murder.
This whole investigation totally loses me.
Well,
Like,
you're not a detective. You
No,
struggle
no,
to
not-
figure things out all the time.
No, not the fact of the actual investigation. Like, they don't. I wrote it down.
Mhm.
I have an entire list of everything that they talk about, everything that this leads to that.
Mhm.
It makes
And
no sense. It makes no sense.
how so?
You want to get into that now?
Well, what else we got to talk about?
That's true.
You want to talk about Mel Gibson?
No, I think we've dedicated 40 minutes to Mel Gibson. So, okay. Amanda jumps off the balcony.
Mhm.
Dixie, the
The
prostitute,
prostitute that reported the
witnessed
incident.
it.
Yeah.
And they got a statement from her and sent her on her way, all dressed up and no one to blow.
Right.
So Roger just happens to know her father.
Yeah.
Tells the father that the autopsy shows that she was poisoned.
Right.
So it was a murder. So I don't understand. The whole jumping part doesn't mean anything at all.
Well, okay.
Because if she would have died, they found a dead body in the apartment, they would have done an autopsy on her anyway.
Right.
So, and then it would have been, hey, this chick was poisoned.
So can I try?
Sure.
I don't know if this will make sense. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try. So her dad, Michael, tries to call Raj before she dies.
Right.
He's getting cold feet on the deal he's in about the former spec op guys and the heroin shipments that they bring in. He's getting cold feet, is thinking about blowing the whistle. They, in turn, to shut him up, poison his daughter.
Right.
But he kind of goes into it with Roger. He was hoping that Roger could help get her out of the stuff that she was in.
The pornographic.
She's doing pornos, she's doing drugs, and honestly, okay, the best way I can describe it is she was having a Jenny from Forrest Gump moment, where she had reached a ragged edge. She still had probably just enough shit in her system that she wasn't thinking straight. Remember when Jenny got up on the balcony and then ultimately decided not to?
Right.
Amanda didn't decide not to. I think she had reached a point in the lifestyle that she was living that she just jumped.
Okay.
And let's face it, that is her jumping like 18 stories through the roof of a car is way more theatric than we found a body that had been poisoned.
No, I get that. I get the theatrics of it. It's way more shocking.
You get to see boobies.
And true. Well, you got to see him with her laying there on the bed.
That's
too.
true.
But anyway, so that leads the police to start investigating her murder. So they find out that she has a boyfriend, a meal ticket.
I wouldn't say boyfriend. She has a pimp.
Yeah, they call her meal ticket.
Yeah, meal ticket. He is paying the bills.
Yes.
Yeah.
For stuff that she does.
Right.
So they go there to talk to this guy, and he just starts opening fire on them.
Yes.
With a shotgun.
Yep.
From 40 feet away.
Yes.
Hits nothing.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
True. So they end up shooting and killing this guy.
Yes.
Learn nothing.
That is also correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're talking on the boat.
Yeah.
And Roger thinks the pimp is the guy who kills Amanda.
Right.
Because he says...
If he saw something, did something, said something she wasn't supposed to.
True.
Yeah.
and pushed her off the balcony to the sweet by and by.
Mhm.
Like, okay, so you think he pushed her off the balcony after he poisoned her?
I don't think he meant literally.
I don't know. I don't know. They don't seem like good cops to me. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, so you have one cop who is suicidal and kills everyone he encounters. And then you have one cop who's 50 years old and is still, I guess technically he's in homicide, but his whole existence is to just lay low until he retires. He's not even when Mel Gibson's like, yeah, that your theory is it's just too neat. And he's
That's
like,
true.
I like neat. Neat is fine. Like Murtaugh admits that he would rather have the wrong answer if it ended in a nice little bow and he didn't get shot at.
And that's what I'm saying.
So
They're
you're
not
right.
good cops.
They're not. Yeah, they're not good cops.
They're not good at their job.
Correct. That's accurate.
So in the process of this investigation, Roger has to watch the porno tapes as evidence.
Right.
In the middle of the night.
Why did someone send him porno tapes as evidence? How is that useful evidence?
I don't know.
But it does help.
But what did they learn from that?
That she has lesbian tendencies. The tape shows that the porno is not exclusively guy on girl like they were assuming. They even admitted that they had been assuming that. But now through the videotapes, we know Amanda has lesbian tendencies, meaning the guy in her bed was not the sugar daddy. It could have been a woman. It could have been a woman, that means it could have been Dixie, who was running in the same stable. See, there's our connection.
Okay, it's thin.
That's also a joke throughout the movies.
Yes, I know. That's why I threw that out there.
Anorexic.
So Roger stays up super late watching porno.
Hey,
and then oversleeps.
We've all been there, brother. Why are you throwing shade at Raj?
He oversleeps.
Yeah.
So Riggs has to wake him up with coffee to get him to go do his job.
Yeah.
Because
they're not good at their job.
No, they're not good at their job.
Clarified this.
So has to wake him up from a long night of whatever he was doing, watching this lesbian evidence.
Yeah. I can think of worse evidence.
That's not
he
wrong.
tirelessly combed through hours upon hours of crucial evidence.
So
it's like Amanda showers with her friends or whatever it was called.
Oh my gosh, Amanda and her friends.
Yeah.
I've watched this 4 or 5 times and I still have not deduced anything from it. So they're at the shooting range.
Yeah.
And they're talking it through. And they decide to talk to the witness. Holy shit.
No, they decided to talk to the witness again. They got her statement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they got her statement. They didn't. I mean, the other cops got their statement.
Yeah.
Roger and Riggs didn't do shit.
Well, what more of a statement do you need than I looked up and this woman fell from the heavens through the roof of this car?
I mean, at least you guys are on the case. Like, go talk to her again.
They did, or they tried.
They tried, but now they finally did. And then the house explodes.
Correct. Dixie's killed.
Dixie's dead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I wish all those annoying ass kids were in that house.
Don't tell him your name, Alfred. No, the kids were funny. They were fine. It was fine.
Pain in the ass.
That was the point.
So they talked to Alfred.
God, you miss everything. Yeah.
They talked to Alfred with the stupid 3D glasses.
Right. Very of the times.
Very much. Very much. They get a terrible description of the guy.
All blonde.
With paint.
Yeah, with paint.
And just happens to be the tattoo that Martin Riggs has on his arm.
Convenient.
That's the thing. One of the things that bother me about these investigation movies, you know,
It's always convenient.
There's so much that's way too convenient.
Mm-hmm. That's just movies in general.
No. I adamantly disagree.
Most movies have their fair share of convenience.
But it's this one seems to take it like multiple times. Because you have
the Nazis are after a relic. It just so happens that the one relic that they're after more than any other was the one that Indy's longtime friend and mentor had researched his whole life. Oh, the goober, the MacGuffin that they need is the heirloom that said friend bequeathed to his daughter, who Indy has a romantic attachment with.
We're talking about Lethal Weapon.
I'm just saying, I am using a movie you love and its insane amount of conveniences.
There is a couple in there, yes.
A couple?
But
Indiana Jones outswims a U-boat.
that's neither here nor there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, please. Ignore the holes I'm shooting through your case. Please continue.
So the kid sees the tattoo from however far away he was.
He was under the porch.
When did they say that?
He was like, oh, he was under Dixie's porch playing some kind of game, hide and seek or something, when a man came up to check the meter.
Yeah, they said the guy was in the playing hide and seek. It was like he was playing hide and seek.
No, Alfred was playing some kind of game, like hide and seek, and watched a man check the meter. The meter's on the side of the house. There's no hide and seek to be played. Alfred was playing hide and seek.
Well, the way I took it was the guy was the one.
Wait, so now the movie's getting penalized because you're an idiot?
Well, maybe. I mean, maybe.
That's not fair.
That's how I heard it. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
All those teachers are wrong.
Yeah.
They're the problem, not you.
I didn't deserve that D. I'm great at math, you bitch.
Can I get that sound? Can someone just say I'm great at math, you bitch? Can we use that as a sound effect in later episodes anytime math comes up? And just, I'm great at math, you bitch.
And then they find the device.
Correct.
And Martin Riggs just happens to know what it is.
He recognizes the setup from his time in special forces in the war.
And that's what I mean, like, just kind of too many conveniences.
See, to me, that is less convenient than the tattoo. The tattoo I will 100% give you. That's super convenient.
Yeah.
But, like,
he was the one assigned to this case, and
he wasn't assigned to it. He fell ass backwards into it because no one wants to work with him because he's an asshole.
That is true. So after they find that device, and they get a terrible description of the guy, they go visit Michael Hunsaker again.
Yes.
And Roger knows exactly what's going on.
Well, no.
Well, he spells it out.
He spells out what he knows to get Michael Hunsaker to spill the beans.
Yeah.
He's being a good cop in this instance. He's leading the conversation to get more information. Because he never says anything that he doesn't know or hasn't figured out. Your daughter was into some shit. You wanted me to get her out. That's not what you called. You weren't calling about her shit. You were calling about your shit. He was playing a hunch, which is what cops are, detectives. That's what you do.
So the one time in the movie, he's actually a good cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's like, Rod, I have another daughter. Now he's admitted. He's admitted that Roger is right. And he's like, they killed your baby girl. They poisoned your daughter. Tell me. And he's like, these are bad guys, Raj. What guys? And then he's like, well, you remember in the war? Yeah, we were war, but, and then he learns about Shadow Company.
Yeah.
And then he's like, they bring it in. And, he keeps Michael talking. It keeps getting him to say enough words, and he gets the full story out of him.
Until he has to have a drink of eggnog.
Right?
Why? What the hell? That was so stupid.
It's Christmas time.
I know.
This is a Christmas movie.
This is a Christmas movie.
Welcome to Christmas time, everyone. We're talking about Lethal Weapon. Timestamp 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Merry Christmas to me.
So he tells Roger, he goes, they need me because of my business.
Right, the bank makes it look good.
And then immediately gets assassinated.
Yes. Which is funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
But okay, real talk. Not just in movies, but in real life. How many guys have probably sat in the underworld, have probably sat there and be like, oh no, they can't do away with me. I'm too important. And they get immediately whacked. I bet that is fairly often.
Jimmy Hoffa.
He's that bump in that football field. Right? Isn't that where Jimmy is?
I think over the star in the Dallas Cowboys stadium. And then, the helicopter shows up, assassinates him, and Riggs unloads 2 clips into the helicopter as it flies away.
This might be the first time, and this might be the only time in movie history where a helicopter gets shot at and doesn't just explode.
Yeah, like 2 shots from a handgun and just goes out of control and blows up.
You throw a grenade 6 feet away from a helicopter, it lands in a snowbank. The grenade explodes. There's just feet of undisturbed snow. Then the helicopter explodes.
No, that snow was flammable, man. So now they're back to square one. They're back on the street questioning hookers.
Mm-hmm.
The bad guys don't need to do anything.
Correct. Well, we know that they don't. But Gary Busey, also, how great of a job does Gary Busey do in this movie? Gary Busey as Mr. Joshua is fantastic.
He is fantastic. But every time I saw him now, have you seen that video of him talking about blood sausage?
No.
Oh my God.
Please don't say. You send me the worst videos.
He's on some podcast, wide-eyed, and he's like talking about, I love blood sausage. Something about I'll put it on bread and eat it with jelly. And it's so weird. Oh my God, it's so weird. But that guy has just spiraled out of control.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
He's Nick Nolte.
I want to see them two team up right now
in a buddy cop movie. Nick Nolte and Gary Busey.
Be called High and Higher.
Blood sausage. Just call it blood sausage. But okay, so after the helicopter escapes, Mr. Joshua contacts his boss, and he's like, "We may have a problem." What's that? Mr. Hunsaker talked to the police before he died. So the guy's like, so the police could know everything. He's like, that is a possibility. Yes, sir. He's like, okay, well, we're going to have to take care of that. And now here we go. So we know that they don't technically have to do anything. They feel differently.
But if they need to do anything, why not just change the plan?
Well, we don't really know how it's being shipped in or, how easy it would be to reroute.
Yeah, but it's got to be easier than... Because if they've already talked to the police, the police have talked to other people, and it's already spread.
Presumably, yeah. I thought that too.
So your solution is to just kill the 2 cops that he spoke to, thinking that's going to solve your whole problem.
Yes.
I don't know. The bad guys in this movie, with the exception of Mr. Joshua, the general...
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
That guy sucks.
He does suck. He's lame. He looks like he fell out of a Young and the Restless.
My grandmother would slap you in the face. She loves Y&R.
Mine did too.
So no, I get what you're saying, but luckily, honestly, the main bad who gets the most screen time is Mr. Joshua.
Yeah, I agree. He is by far the best part of the bad guys.
So what I'm getting out of this is it's because let's face it, it's a buddy cop movie, but it's not a noir film. The investigation is not. It's not a mystery. It's not Perry Mason.
No, but you got to have something that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah, kind of.
It makes enough sense.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's parts of it I'm like, can we have done something a little more intriguing?
Presumably, but that's
Shane Black, I guess. I don't know. I'm asking too much.
Possibly, but again, that's not what this movie was about. This movie was more about the characters than the actual investigation.
I agree.
And the characters are phenomenal.
I agree.
Then what the hell is your problem?
It's the story.
Story's fine.
We review these movies on everything.
Right.
So that's what I was doing with the story, because I already knew, the characters were great, the chemistry between them was great, the acting was great. The music, not so much. But that's what this whole film franchise was built on, was these 2 characters.
Yeah.
Not the story. So I'm trying to tear apart the story, I guess.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. But I don't think it's as bad as you're saying it is. Like it's not the movie's strong point, but it was never going to be. It wasn't meant to be. And to me, the investigation, the dots connect in a way that works. It makes sense. It's enough. Now we've got, former Black Ops guys bringing heroin in as our two unlikely heroes are going to take care of it.
Yeah. I'm still stuck on the bad guy.
The general?
The general.
Yeah, he's a wiener.
He is a wiener.
He's just this
If they would have just got rid of him and made Gary Busey the bad guy,
that's true.
that would have solved a whole lot of problems.
So, okay, one thing I wanted to bring up is not only is the cast great, but every member of this cast has such great chemistry with everyone else. And to me, that also includes like the side characters. So they're at that club and the shitty band is practicing, and the guy is coming in to buy the heroin from the general. And even just like that guy gives a great performance and has great chemistry with the general and Mr. Joshua and the arm burning and all of that. Like everyone in this movie just flows together so well.
You wish to make a purchase, yes?
Except the wiener guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, yes, God.
You guys are out there like fucking Pluto, man. You're gone.
You guys are gone, man.
He was better than the bad guy.
Well, again, the main bad guy is Mr. Joshua.
I agree.
I mean, who is the final boss fight in this movie?
Danny Glover has the boss fight with the general.
The final boss fight of
that
this
was his
movie.
final boss fight.
No, what is the movie's final boss fight?
The wet yard battle.
Yeah, it is. Oh, they get muddy.
Topless.
Oh, yeah. Wait, can we talk about wet, muddy, shirtless Mel Gibson? Wait a minute. Let's go to the end of this movie real quick.
That fight was really good.
I wish it had been shot better.
Yeah, they did a few things. Too many close-ups.
The beginning, you could not tell what the hell was going on.
Yeah. And then when they shoot him at the end, what was the deal with like the multiple images? Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like slow-mo.
And then it's weird slow-mo.
Yeah. Those, I would say the camera cuts, the slow-mo, that's all just of its time.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like the slow-mo that they did, because it's like they took...
We just watched Young Guns.
Yeah.
Young Guns had the same thing.
Not that overlap, though. That weird, like, dual image. Almost like a double exposure type of deal. It was weird.
Wait, do you remember the intro to Young Guns?
That was just a weird color gradient.
Speaking of weird exposure level.
Somebody's like, hey, I got an idea to make this color look great. Let's smear shit all over the lens.
So, okay. Your arguments are well-founded. I'll grant you. I don't think they're as extreme as you're making them out to be.
It just, looking at it critically, it kind of took me away.
That's fair. To me, the story connected itself well enough as the characters drove us forward. And so I did not have the problem. But no, I was like, wait, why did they do that? They didn't have to do that. Wait, why are they doing that? They don't have to do that. Yeah, there were definitely parts that you're like, huh. But again, to me, this wasn't a mystery movie. It's not a noir film. This is a bombastic action film.
It's definitely not the arm bruising action film that Roger Ebert makes it out to be.
Well, he gets real hyperbolic sometimes in his reviews.
And maybe it's just me looking back on it from 2023 me looking back on it after all the shit that I've slugged through. So maybe that's my problem.
Could be. I don't know. So I love the characters. The story's fine. It's fine.
Is that going to be our Shelley Duvall?
I would like to officially award the story of Lethal Weapon with the Shelley Duvall Award for being absolutely fine. It's totally and completely fine.
We'll put that up there.
Right? Lethal Weapon, please accept this award for being totally fine.
It's an honorary award.
But the chemistry, I thought it paced well. I thought the film was well paced. I think it edited together nicely. Is the story probably one of the weaker parts? Yeah. But it doesn't detract from the whole for me, because at least okay. Because especially talking about like Avatar or The Last Voyage of the Demeter, I would rather have a weaker story full of characters I love. Because you could have the greatest story in the world, but if I don't care about your characters, your story is meaningless.
You're not wrong. That is true.
So that's me. There's a lot we could go into. I mean, I guess it's up to you. I've got some notes, but nothing too. We're not breaking a lot of new ground with anything I've got.
You want to do final thoughts?
We could do final thoughts.
Go ahead. Lead the charge, General.
I love this movie.
Just for 6 minutes and
well, no, at
timestamp.
I particularly love this movie. The director's cut, timestamp 6 minutes and 33 seconds. That's the money shot. That's what we all came here to see. No, I think we had an excellent cast from top to bottom, regardless of how minor the role was, that had great chemistry. The humor works. The action is amazing. And this movie fires on all cylinders, and I'm all for it. I'm 100% in on this movie. I was so afraid watching. I was like, man, if our show ruins Lethal Weapon for me, I'm gonna be so pissed. And it didn't. It honestly didn't. I was prepared for it. And no, this movie is worth the ticket price. If you have never seen Lethal Weapon, you owe it to yourself to watch the greatest buddy cop movie of all time.
Well, it did start it.
Is this the first one?
I believe so.
We'll see. Boom, there we go. The first, the original, and still the best.
Okay.
Suck it, Green Hornet.
For me, Green Hornet.
Kato.
Jesus Christ. That's the first time those words have been uttered in this studio.
Green Hornet.
Green Hornet. God. Okay, for me, obviously Danny Glover and Mel Gibson knock it out of the park. There's no duo that can play these characters, and they've tried with the TV show.
I forgot there was a TV show.
So did everybody else.
I forgot about that.
I tried watching a few episodes of it, and it's no. The one that they got to play Martin Riggs was anyway. These two, their chemistry together is what built this, is why we're expecting a Lethal Weapon 5.
This city. We built this city on buddy cops.
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah, you snorted this time.
I'm gonna let that set for a minute so I know where to edit. Wow, that totally derailed my whole train of thought.
Mel Gibson and Danny Glover are Riggs and Murtaugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Danny Glover and Mel Gibson are Riggs and Murtaugh. Hands down. Nobody else can touch them. If they ever try to remake this into a movie, it won't work. If they ever try to reboot the TV show, it won't work. The family dynamic with Roger, I love the family. I loved coming in as an outsider and seeing the family, how they work together.
Just not
the sexy saxophone every time he's around his daughter.
You're overthinking it. You're overthinking it.
No. The general was lame. The bad guy was lame. And usually the bad guys are supposed to be the best part. Like you said, the main protagonist is Mr. Joshua, who was outstanding. That's what I said. I'm sorry. Antagonist was Mr. Joshua. And he kills it. The story is crap. the more I thought about it, and I watched it twice. And once I watched it just as a regular watch and enjoyed the show and kind of broke it down as best I could. And then I watched it again and only focused on the investigation part.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, my favorite one of all of these is number 2.
Can we just do number 2 now?
Yeah.
Can we go talk about a bad guy?
Yeah.
Diplomatic immunity.
Even his sidekick.
Yeah, to be fair,
Adolf.
though, his sidekick was no Mr. Joshua.
No, but it was good.
He was good.
He was good.
Yeah.
So if I have to have number 1 to have number 2, I'll do it.
Okay, but you're breaking the rules a little bit. We look at these movies as though the sequels never happened.
I know, and I know.
This is Lethal Weapon in a vacuum. Is it worth the ticket price?
Well, in that case, I'm going to break the rules, kind of.
God damn it. It's a simple question. I started us off hot. We answered the only question that matters is, are these movies any fucking good?
Everything in this movie is good, with the exception of the bad guy and the story. So I will say, just for those good points, it's worth it. It is worth the ticket price.
Because no movie's perfect. Everything has its flaws, except Jurassic Park.
And Spider-Verse.
I accept both of those answers. I do. I accept both of those answers. But looking at nothing being perfect, though.
Yeah.
Do those low points spoil the meal?
No, it did not. And I tried to look at it as objectively as I could. And maybe a little too harsh, honestly.
Yeah, why are you coming out of everything we've talked about? Why are you've yet to come at a movie this hard?
I think it's because I know my history with it and how I've never seen the last 15 minutes of it.
So now you just have all this pent up aggression about having never ended it.
No, I didn't want to be biased.
That's fair.
Especially with the sequel, because I 100% love the sequel. I think the sequel is awesome. So I didn't want to be overly biased. So yeah, I will scrapes by. But
scrapes by. Scrapes by. You are the biggest load of ass I have ever. What are you?
I am the biggest load of at director's cut timestamp.
6 minutes 33 seconds of ass. What scrapes by?
Yeah, I mean I'll give it's worth the ticket price, but barely.
I will fight you. I swear to God. This is the closest we've ever come to blows. And I called your wife old one, or your ex-wife old once.
You called my ex-wife my mother.
I thought she was. Time can be a real cruel mistress. Like a glass of milk, that one. Wait, did she listen to the podcast?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Does she know it? Does she know it exists?
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, God.
She knows.
Oh, the hole I'm in.
My daughter listens to it.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. To be fair, your dad goads me into it.
That is true. I'm the asshole in this relationship, too.
Well, you're one of two assholes in this relationship. All right. You overcorrecting douche. Anything else?
No, I just had to turn hard into the slide.
100% worth the ticket price. Lethal Weapon, everyone. Watch it, especially director's cut timestamp, 6 minutes, 33 seconds. And that's all for us. I'm Jake.
What are we doing next?
That bag of ass is Tevis. What are we doing next? Oh, well, technically, our next episode is we're doing something a little special, doing something a little different. Is that not our next episode? What are you talking about?
Oh, no, never mind. Sorry.
We literally have notes for a new episode that we said would not be Patreon exclusive. As in, our next thing is this thing right here.
Oh, I was thinking of Gremlins. Sorry.
Oh, is Gremlins next?
Well, no, I thought we were going to do that next and then Gremlins. Or both. We'll just
okay,
release
everyone.
them both.
So Lethal Weapon was our first Christmas movie to kick off the holiday season. Our next Christmas movie next week will be Gremlins. Now,
We're totally on the same page.
we do have a special episode as well as Gremlins that we are getting ready to record, and we have our notes on as we are referencing very heavily as with my fingers so he can see what I'm pointing at. But we had an idea for a subcategory within the show where we look at famous horror and or thriller movies. But we, instead of looking at the movie as a whole, we look at one particular scene, probably the most iconic scene from these movies, but one particular scene that everyone remembers, that it sticks out in everyone's mind. And we dissect just that moment and what makes it work, what makes it doesn't, what makes it flop. And we just cut one scene and really do a deep dive into that. And so our first one, we're calling this series A Moment in Terror. Ooh, it's spooky, even though it's Christmas time. I don't know. But we're looking at Jurassic Park again, but this time just the T-Rex escape scene.
Oh, yeah.
And we will be doing a deep dive into that scene. We're going to be breaking it down shot for shot, moment by moment. We're going to be going behind the scenes into how it was done. And what makes this scene special? What makes it crap? What is it? Is it good? Is it bad? And why is that? So our next regular episode next week will be Gremlins. And we have our first Moment in Terror episode, Jurassic Park T-Rex Escape. Have I explained it all? Are you satisfied over there?
I'm
Did this
satisfied.
barely scrape by, you ass?
Just like Lethal Weapon.
I hate you. I do. I say everyone thinks I'm joking, and I don't at all. Just the worst.
I did enjoy at timestamp 6 minutes and 36 seconds.
33 seconds.
Oh, sorry.
Director's cut, 6 minutes, 33 seconds.
Man, that poor dog has seen some shit.
Oh, yeah. Sam is well acquainted with the male anatomy.
Yes.
Wait a minute, that makes it sound like Riggs has sex with his dog. Riggs does not have sex with his dog.
Was there a jar of peanut butter sitting on the counter?
Real talk. Riggs didn't keep peanut butter in the house. He keeps beer and replacement TVs, and that's about it. And his hollow tip bullet.
Yeah, and cigarettes.
Beers and cigarettes are the only things he keeps in his fridge.
That's true.
So, Martin Riggs does not have sex with his dog. Roger Murtaugh does not have weird, sexy thoughts of his oldest daughter. Lethal Weapon is 100% worth the ticket price. We are doing Gremlins, and we are doing a special deep dive into Jurassic Park. I'm Jake. That's Tevis. I'm ending the madness. I'm ending it. This is ticket price. There's probably not going to be an episode after this debacle. Thank you all for listening. If you made it to this far, why? I don't know why. Anywho, thank you all so much. Good night.